Good afternoon, students. In the current session, we will focus on concept, meaning, significance, and types of ex post facto research. Research can be briefly explained as an objective based, specific, and the systematic process of exploring knowledge, skills, behavior, attitudes, and values, as well as practices, or for the reinterpretation of existing knowledge, behavior, skills, attitudes, values. So, objective based, specific, and the systematic process of exploring new knowledge, skills, behaviors, attitudes, values, as well as practices, or for the reinterpretation of existing knowledge. Like research, it is reinterpretation of existing knowledge. Either we explore or we reinterpret in different terms. So, for the reinterpretation of existing knowledge, behavior, skills, attitudes, and values. So, based on the research goal or problem, the selection of research method by the researcher may vary based on their preferences, based on their need, based on their objective. So it may vary. When the researcher wants to study the cause of an event, cause of some event which has already occurred, event which has already occurred, which has already happened. As an effect of the cause. So if a researcher wants to study the cause of an event which has already occurred as an effect of the cause, then the research conducted is known as ex post facto research. For example, if there has been an economical recession in a country, and the researcher tries to analyze the cause or reason behind such recession, which is the effect. So there is some event or there is some cause and its effect. So ex post facto. To know this or to understand this, we need to go through forms of research design in brief. On the basis of occurring events, there can be two designs or forms of research. And these are prospective research design and retrospective research design. When the researcher tries to find out the future of potential results, that is the effect after treating the independent variable or the cause, then the researcher is actually trying to examine the prospective or future results. For example, if the researcher wants to examine the effects of smoking, then the subject may be asked to smoke under varied conditions. Or we want to know or examine the effects of some other thing. We can get our subject or ask them to do that under different conditions, which may result in something or the other. The retrospective research design, on the other hand, is one in which the researcher tries to trace the history in order to find out the basic reason behind an event which has already occurred, which has already happened. And the researcher is trying to find out the causes behind its occurrence by going backwards in history. This kind of results obtained are said to be based on retrospective research design. For example, if the researcher wants to examine the reason behind health issues of some students or some behavioral problem of students, then they may try to trace the possible reasons that might have led to that health issue or some particular reason for that. So possibilities may be anything, maybe environmental factors, maybe heredity factor, maybe societal factors, it may be anything. Meaning of ex post facto research. The ex post facto research is a kind of research in which the researcher predicts possible causes behind an effect that has already occurred. For example, if a child is delinquent one who is indulged in criminal activities, then in order to find the basic reason behind such delinquency, researcher will try to find out the various events that have occurred and the many possibilities that could have contributed to the concerned delinquent behavior of a child, or maybe some stubborn behavior, arrogant behavior, or some behavioral problem, attitude problem. So researcher will try to will try to study possibilities that could have contributed to this behavioral problem or health problem of a child. So the expected possibilities may be lack of discipline or maybe harsh discipline, family history, peer effect, neighborhood, or socialization. It may be anything. But a researcher would try to find out the various events that have occurred and many possibilities that could have contributed to the concerned behavior, to the concerned delinquent behavior or any other type of behavior of a child. Re- In this type of research, the researcher predicts a cause on the basis of a controlled effect. No variation can be done on the effect which has already, you cannot vary or you cannot do any you cannot make any change in that what has already occurred. So no variation can be done on the effect which has already taken place on the basis of the independent variable or the cause. Thus, an ex post facto can be defined as an empirically based investigation which does not involve the researcher's direct control over the independent variables because they have already led to effects which can no more be manipulated. So it can be defined as an empirically based investigation which does not involve the researcher's direct control over the independent variables because they have already led to effects. So no control is possible. So it cannot be manipulated. After the effect. So it is a type of observational study in social sciences which examines the relationship between variables after they have naturally occurred without the researcher intervening in the whole process. Ex post facto research observes and analyzes existing differences or conditions retrospectively. Most of the time it is retrospective because it has already occurred, it has already taken place. Researchers collect data on variables which have already occurred, such as demographic characteristics, behavior, outcomes, and then analyze these data to identify associations or correlations between them. This method allows for the exploration of relationships, patterns in naturally occurring events or conditions, contributing valuable insights into potential causal factors in social phenomena. The term ex post facto, according to Landman, is used to refer to an experiment in which a researcher, instead of finding a treatment, examines the effect of a naturally occurring treatment after it has occurred. Or, in other words, it is a study that attempts to discover the pre existing causal conditions between groups. Once again, according to Landman, it is used to refer to an experiment in which a researcher, instead of finding a treatment, examines the effect of a naturally occurring treatment after it has occurred. In other words, it is a study that attempts to discover the pre existing causal conditions between groups. However, ex post facto research does not establish definitive causality since it can't control or manipulate variables, relying instead on statistical analysis to infer relationships based on observed data patterns. The ex post facto research is a kind of research in which the researcher predicts the possible causes behind an event that has already occurred. Thus, an ex post facto research can be defined as an empirically based investigation. It does not involve the researcher's direct control over the variables because they have already led to effects which can no ex post facto research manipulate or no one can manipulate. Characteristics of ex post facto research. Observational nature. Based on the concept of ex post facto research, it is also known as causal comparative research. It has certain characteristics which distinguishes it from other type of researches. So we will discuss them in detail. First is observational nature. Ex post facto research is fundamentally observational. It involves the observation and study of existing differences or conditions among groups or individuals based on variables that have already manifested. Causal inference. Ex post facto research identifies associations or relationships between variables. It does not establish causality definitively. It relies on statistical analysis to infer potential causal relationships based on observed patterns. Retrospective data collection. Researcher collect data. Researchers collect data retrospectively. We discussed this term. What is retrospectively? Often using existing records, surveys, or archival data. This data collection approach contrasts with the prospective data collection methods commonly used in experimental research. The researcher has a control or a comparison. As the research is done on the basis of the study of the cause, which has already led to some effects, it becomes necessary for the researcher to keep a control which can be used for comparison with the actual experimental group and later on in order to analyze the cause of an already occurred event. Number 5, the behavior, action, event or treatment of the IV or independent variable of the research cannot be manipulated or changed at all. As the ex post facto research is a kind of study which tries to predict the causes on the basis of actions. And remember, which have already occurred, which have already taken place. The researcher cannot manipulate or change the already occurred actions or behavior. It is impossible. So the researcher has no control over this. The research focuses on the effects. The researcher tries to analyze and predict the reasons behind the occurrence of an event or phenomena. Their first attempt is to focus on the event or the phenomena that has already occurred. The research tries to analyze the how and what aspect of an event. Researcher tries to understand the causal effects behind a phenomena. The research basically focuses on how and what reasons that has led that phenomena to occur. It explores possible effects and causes. With the help of an ex post facto research, the researcher tries to analyze the cause and effect phenomena of an event, action, or behavior. Comparative analysis. A key characteristic of ex post facto research is comparative analysis. Researchers compare groups or conditions that differ naturally on the independent variable of interest to explore their relationship with the dependent variables. Use of statistical analysis. Ex post facto research relies heavily on statistical methods to analyze data and determine the strength and significance of relationships between variables. This statistical analysis helps researchers draw conclusions about the relationships observed. Exploratory in nature. Ex post facto research is often exploratory in nature. Steps of ex post facto research. The process of ex post facto research is systematic and follows a definite sequence. As mentioned by Isaac and Michel, 1971, following are the steps involved in the process of ex post facto research. Stating the problem, determining the problem. In an ex post facto research, it is necessary for the researcher to focus on the problem that he or she needs to study or plan to study. They not only need to find out a problem, they also need to determine, analyze, and define the problem which they will be dealing with. Step 2, literature review. After selection of the problem, second important step is to conduct literature review. Before trying to predict the causal relationships, the researcher needs to study all the related or similar literature and relevant studies, which may help in further analysis, prediction, and conclusion of the causal relationship between the variables under study. Number 3 is formulation of hypothesis. The third step of the ex post facto research is to propose the possible solution, tentative solution to the problem, or alternatives that might have led to the effect. They need to, so a researcher needs to list out the assumptions which will be on the basis of hypothesis and procedure of the research. Designing the approach. Once the problem has been defined, hypothesis has been formulated, postulated, the researcher needs to select the sample which fits the criteria of his or her study or which is suitable to fulfill the criteria of the study. They also need to select the scale or construct instrument for collecting the required information data. Once the designings are finalized, the researcher analyzes the relationship between the variables. Validity of the research. The researcher needs to validate the significance of their research. The researcher needs to validate the significance of their work. They need to be cautious regarding the extent to which their findings could be valid and significant and helpful in interpreting and drawing inferences from the obtained data results. Next and the last, interpretation of the conclusion. Finally, the researcher needs to analyze, evaluate, and interpret the information collected, information obtained. On the basis of this step, the researcher selects the best possible alternatives of causes which might have led to the effect to occur. So these were the 6 steps in conducting ex post facto research and which were mentioned by Isaac and Michel. Similarly, Jacob 1992 also proposed the following steps as involved in conducting ex post facto research. First of all, state the problem. Then, two groups of the population that differ with regard to variable should be selected in a proportional manner for the test sample. Next is collection of data. Techniques like questionnaires, interviews, literature are used to collect the relevant information. And the last step is the interpretation of the findings and the result. Advantages of ex post facto research. It is considered as a very relevant method in behavioral researches where the variables cannot be manipulated or altered at all. Examples of such research can include many sociological, criminal behavior, like which is called delinquency, or sociological behavior, attitude, behavioral problems can be studied, as well as educational variables such as achievement or motivation, personality, etc. can be studied. It gives the chance to the researcher to analyze on basis of his personal opinion and then come out with the best possible conclusion. It is more useful in some way than experimental research as it can be used in analyzing a cause on basis of the effect, which is impossible in an experimental research. It is less time consuming as well as economical. Then it is concept of post hoc fallacy. While predicting the causal relationships between variables, the researcher falls prey to the bias called the post hoc fallacy. The concept of post hoc fallacy says it is a tendency of human to arrive at conclusions or predictions when two factors go together. One is the cause and the other is the effect. So, delinquency and parenthood go together. We may come to conclusion that delinquency is the effect that parental and parenthood is the cause. Whereas in reality, the peer group to which the child belongs may be the actual reason. So this is the concept of post hoc fallacy, and sometimes a researcher falls prey to this bias, which should be avoided carefully. So we can conclude that the ex post facto research holds a very good position in the field of behavioral sciences. It is the only method which is retrospective in nature. With the help of this method, one can trace the history in order to analyze the cause, reason, action, effect, behavior, event which has already occurred. Although it is a very significant method, yet it has certain limitations. Like researcher cannot manipulate the cause in order to see the alterations on its effect. Yet it is one of the very useful methods. It has several implications in the field of applied research as well as behavioral sciences. Because the investigator can predict the relationship between the variables on the basis of already existing output or effect. Thank you, students. In our next session, we will study another type of research. Thank you.